Let's just start the recording. There we are. So if you have any technical information, there are people in the chat rooms that can help out if you're having trouble with audio or video. We're going to mute everyone for this one because there's a sound component that's very important for this one. So it'd be great if we're all muted to keep the quality guide and the experience smooth for everyone. To do that, the mute button is in the bottom left corner of most devices. The other options there are for the different views you can see for those that are new to Zoom. They can toggle between speaker view and gallery view in the top right corner, and that means that you can have different views. If you haven't already, make sure you've got a bowl of water with you or a glass of water to hand. Yeah, so you can prepare that if you haven't got that together now. And I think that's everything. So I'll pass over to Jude.
Thank you, Em. Hello, and welcome to our Whole World View contribution to World Water Day. I'm Jude Currivan, and at Whole World View, we've been delighted to be linking up and lifting up with our incredible partner organisations for World Unity Week, and these 8 days of coming together in global unity, expressed through marvellous diversity. Throughout, our Whole World View team has co-created an experiential and participative journey into unity, connecting the me with the we and the all of the cosmos. We welcome you all in joining with us and sharing together as we answer the call to this wonderful adventure, our journey into remembered unity. In these pivotal times of breakdown and potential breakthrough, we invite all of us to align with and attune to the universal heartbeat and pulse of the evolutionary impulse of the whole world. Today we celebrate World Water Day and the launch of its accompanying global campaign for a world water law to enshrine access to clean water for the whole of humanity and all of Gaia's children. Our Whole World View offerings for World Unity Week have each day been weaving threads to connect us to act local and feel global and think cosmic. And today we gratefully honour water as a universal wonder and gift. As we think cosmic, we understand that its hydrogen was created in the first moments of our universe, but its oxygen was only formed in the interiors of stars billions of years later. As we feel global, we may experience that more than half of all the water of Gaia and within us is older than our solar system, with crystals of ice all pervasive in the interstellar cosmic womb from which it and we were birthed. And as we act local, our bodies can go without food for around 3 weeks, but without water for only 3 days. Water, both literally and symbolically, is the essence and the flow of love and all life throughout our entire universe. And so now I'm delighted to pass on to dear Adam.
Thank you, Jude. Beautiful to get that overview of water and our relationship with it. So we're going to be exploring our relationship to water and our own kind of personal piece of the evolutionary flow of life as we experience it as individuals, just kind of very real and like me, you, our own unfolding as humans through movement. We're going to be using movement as our kind of exploration vehicle today. So I want to say a few things about that. One is that there is an absolutely open invitation here to move in ways that feel true to you and good for you. That's like, we're not doing athletics here. So you might move very vigorously, and you might have a big kind of, physical catharsis and ecstatic movement situation happening at some moment, maybe. And you might not. And for instance, your movement might be extremely gentle and subtle sometimes, or even through the whole thing. And just really encouraging you to go at your own pace and to respect the limitations of your body as they are right now. Like I did my movement-based practice for around 3 years with quite a severe arm and shoulder injury, and I just had to take it super careful for 3 years. And I encourage you to be respectful of your own limitations, and to enjoy is good, helpful, in the sort of curiosity of exploring, because this can be a learning experience. Hopefully it will be a learning experience. What we're doing by using movement as a vehicle is to open ourselves up to learning in a way that is kind of underneath the cognitive, verbal based ways of understanding and processing information that we normally engage in. We're just dropping underneath that to feel and sense into what our experience is and learn from that, to learn from the body. So at times I will be inviting you to take some leaps of imagination and visualization. And what I'm really suggesting for you to do is not to try and figure out what those things might be, but more to feel in. Rather than figuring out, you feel in and kind of listen to what's happening inside you and in your body as a felt sense experience with whatever I'm suggesting, and also what we'll have music some of the time. And so just allowing all of that to be part of the landscape that you're exploring in. And whatever I suggest is not a command. You don't have to do what I suggest, but more just part of the landscape that you're moving in, and you can use my suggestions or not as feels right for you. Before we really start going on our journey, I'm going to ask you to just sort of scope out the space that you have physically, and we'll just get accustomed to moving in the space that you have in a way that's safe and grounded and present, so that we can make that exploration in a good way. But before we really go into movement and embodied space, I'm going to hand over to Jen, who's going to draw us into this world of water and invoke the spirit and presence of water for us. So, Jen, over to you.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you. It's been a great honor to weave this session with you, Adam and Shelley and Jan, over the last few weeks. I really feel like the essence of water as the evolutionary impulse has been rising up within us as we flowed and played with this. And so I just wanted to, a lot of my work is in narrative and story. And so I know words have power. Words have frequency and they have resonance and they can invoke. So what I'd like to do is lead us in a short blessing of the waters to name some of the myriad of forms of this incredible element that we're honoring and celebrating today amongst the evolutionary story. And as Emma said right at the beginning, if you have a bowl or a cup of water anywhere near you, I invite you to put it somewhere where you can be aware of it, out of the way potentially of where you might be moving, but somewhere where you can honor it as we move into the movement practice. And so I'm going to ask us all to take a deep breath and just come inwards to our body. You might want to place your hands on your heart or your belly, somewhere that you can feel the pulse of life. might be your throat. And just start to sense into the pulse of your heartbeat. Your heart that's beating in alignment to the universal heartbeat of evolution and beats the incredible blood, water and blood around your body. And just perhaps close your eyes and sense into yourself as water as I invoke these blessings for us to move to. I bless the waters of ancient cosmic days. I bless the seed of water from exploding stars. I bless all the molecules of water across the cosmos. And I bless the primordial waters of Gaia. I bless water in its myriad of forms as it flows through all of life. I bless the watery realms of the womb from which we are birthed. I bless water as it flows, waves, drips, and crystallizes everywhere it is needed. I bless the living waterways, the underground rivers and lakes, the drips that form stalactites and stalagmites. I bless the springs breaking ground, flowing through rivers, streams, and lakes. I bless the waterfalls and creeks as they move, creating landscapes. I bless the great waters of the oceans and seas. And I bless the waves and the tides pulled by the gravitational love of the moon. I bless the blankets of fog, and I bless the shimmering mists. I bless the clouds as they create stories moving across the lands. I bless the life-giving rains nourishing the earth and the geometric hail that sings as it falls. I bless the vast ice sheets that reflect back the light of our sun and the quieting snows that blanket the cooler regions and seasons. I bless the water as it flows over the oceans, infusing the depths with the wisdom of the heights. I bless the rains that rivulet through hidden valleys and pour over the skin of mountain ranges. I bless the water that falls over cities, villages, and homes, bringing cleansing nourishment, healing, and sustenance to all growing, evolving beings. I bless the water as it's consumed as life by the soil, the water that is absorbed by the plants and the trees. I bless the water that is drunk of by the eagle, the deer, and the snake, and the human family, as it flows as blood through the veins of all. I bless the original vibration of water in its transformative power. I bless the wisdom of water as it spirals through every living being. I bless the water, and I welcome its wisdom into my consciousness.
In to all of that blessing. A few breaths. Feel all of that in your body. The beauty and the power of those words and images. As you connect with your breath, you notice your breath helps you to anchor your whole experience in your body, grounded. To feel the reality of your relationship with water. And then taking an extra deep breath. Have a stretch. Stretch this way and that way. Maybe roll your head to the side or down and around. Go gentle with your neck. Feel and try out your shoulders. And when you're ready, you can just roll off that chair or stand up. You can go on the floor or anywhere you like, but ask you to just move away from the screen and check out the space that you have available to you to move in. And like literally just sort of pace around a little bit. If you're on your feet or if you're on the floor, you can roll around. Get the measure of the space you have available to you. Get the measure of it and just kind of get the sense of what it's like to move around the space you're in, which is probably very familiar to you, whatever space you're in. It's probably very familiar to you, but you probably usually move in that space with a purpose, with a kind of end in mind. You're going to get something, or you're going to go somewhere, or you're going to do something. And here, the purpose is the experience of movement itself. That's all. What's it like to take a step in your space with no purpose other than the step? What's it like to reach out with your arms and hands with no purpose other than the reaching out? What's it like to turn around one way or the other with no purpose to the turning other than the turning itself? And to notice your felt sense experience of these movements you're trying out. Like notice, oh, what's it like when I move my hands in an unusual way or in a way that has no purpose other than the movement? What's it like when I stretch my back a little? What's it like when I take a step backwards or sideways and I usually step forwards? What's that like? What can I feel in my bones, muscles, my blood? What's it like to get a sense of my physical self by moving this way and that? What's it like to move with an awareness of my breath? So that my movement becomes a kind of meditation. Arms and hands, shoulders, letting your head move off the upright point, just letting the weight of the head Drop and be part of the movement that's happening. Relax your face, relax your jaw. Try some breaths through your mouth sometimes. It just kind of helps drop into the body if you relax your jaw. Release your spine a little, with respect for any physical limitations you have, as I said earlier. Just exploring. How does your spine move? Your chest. How do your hips move? With your legs and feet. Is your whole body able to move at the same time? Even if very small movements or very big movements, like whatever feels healthy and well, or whatever feels in alignment with how you are. Just try moving gently or moving fast. Big movements or small movements, this way and that, in the space you have. Aware of your breath. Oxygenating. Just getting your blood flowing. And then finding some point in the space to pause. Pause and breathe and feel. You might like to close your eyes for a moment even. Just tune in. We paused at the beginning of our journey. Pause to feel in. Feel into the question of what is my growing edge at this point in my life? My evolving edge. In what way am I emerging, evolving right now in my life? And to feel the feeling of that in your body. Some edge within you where things are just emerging. Maybe some way in which you're called or challenged or struggling or blossoming, emerging, something that is just coming through you at this point in your life. sensing into that in your body. And when you're ready, you just begin to let yourself move with that sense of your evolving edge, just as we get a sense of it, not trying to do anything with it, but rather to move into it, move into that edge, to feel what's being generated at this point in your life. What is the generation that's happening in your organic system that is you as a human? Body, heart, mind, soul, self, physicality, your emotional nature, your state of mind, your wholeness as a human. Getting a sense of what is in the process of generating itself through you at this point in your life. And you explore moving with that. No right or wrong way to move. It's just an exploration for you. Get a sense of yourself, to get a sense of your growing edge, your evolutionary impulse as it is generating you right now. Something new is coming through you. You can feel it through the body, through the movement. Movement helps you sense it. Involving your whole body and your breath. Feeling what it's like to unfold yourself into whatever's new that's coming through you at this point in your life. To allow the unfolding what life naturally has through you. Opening to whatever is new in your life. Literally, physically opening yourself, to your own life force. Saying, okay, life, I'm willing to evolve, grow. Learn. Become more life. So we're going through our own evolutionary journey here. We're going to gradually shift into the next step, where having got a sense of ourselves, having got a sense of that growing edge through the body, through the movement, through our physical presence, having got a sense of it, we're going to get more engaged with it, using pulse of this rhythm, this drum beat, using that pulse in physical movement. Let that pulse get to you and come through you. And as your movements get into that pulsing rhythm, you feel your whole self get more engaged with your own journey. Like the next level of engagement is you get to grips and say, yes, okay, I'm in. Both feet, both hands, whole heart. I'm willing to give myself to my own unfolding in a dynamic, engaged way. I'm willing to put my own power and breath and strength to be part of this process, no longer just receiving and going with life. I'm willing to put myself into it, wholehearted, whole-bodied, whole-breathed. Find that rhythm with your feet. Get with the beat of the drum with your feet in some way, your hips in some way, the whole body. Get your whole body into the beat. Let it pulse. To enjoy the dynamism of your own life force expressed through movement. Fully engaged. Your back, your front, your head, feet, and hands. Each step, each breath, a yes for yourself and life that you are part of. Yes, I'm in. Yes, I'm part of this. Yes, I'll give myself to this life pulse. And as always, you're free to take it at your own pace. Be true to yourself. Listen to your body, how your body feels like moving. And to allow your movement to express whatever you are feeling. Whether it's joyful, or overwhelmed, or determined, or nervous, whatever it is. Vulnerable or powerful, or a wild mix of the two. Whatever your state of being, let the movement be its expression. So if you keep moving through whatever is true for you right now, and we'll just take it one step deeper to let go. To let go into the depths of your own transformation and evolution. Where it's bigger and deeper than you have control over. You take that opening that we began with and the total engagement that we went into next, and you plunge both into surrender. Physically, just let go. Let movement take you. And let the evolutionary impulse of life, which is bigger than you, let it have you. Let the movement take you. Release your spine. Let the weight of your head drop. You go underneath control. Drop down deeper than control. To let go. Trusting the wisdom of your body. Trusting your feet. Trusting the movement of your whole body. And surrendering yourself to life. To let it change you. Surrendering yourself to the movement of your body. Letting go. Trusting life to come through you. Bringing change with it. To let some kind of transformation happen that you don't even need to understand. You just give in to the movement and life comes through. whatever way the movement wants to come through your body. As you just stay with your felt sense experience of your body, of the movement, become aware of yourself as so much water. Much water in your body that's all passing through, and it comes, takes part in your life, and it leaves again. As water does over and over again. Comes in, takes part, moves on, leaves, travels. All this water in your body has been so many places. Around this beautiful planet we are part of. Billions of years, this water that is you has been traveling. If you will, for a moment, become a water molecule that has left liquid, has left solid, and become part of the air. What's it like to move as water that has become air? Light as air. You feel it in the way your hands and fingers move. it's like to be light as air. Even when you are water, you can be light as air. And then as this free space, water, where do you go now? Maybe you soar up into clouds, travel far across the surface of the earth, high above it as clouds. Maybe you fly into the open mouth of a bird. Become that bird for a while. Maybe you fall as rain. Maybe you become part of forest. Animal. Soil. River, waterfall. Where do you go? Follow your imagination. Creating a movement-based experience of water. Creating story as you go. As water, you create story as moving water. Free to go anywhere on earth, be part of anything on earth. Where do you go? Who do you become? What do you take part in? being free to go anywhere, be part of anything. Deep underground, right in the heart of life, up into the sky again, deep in the oceans. With water, you're part of everything. What do you love? Where do you go and what do you love? Yes. 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 Hello. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here as water, says water. So whether you're in this live on Zoom or on Facebook or watching later, look out of the window. Look out of the window and see. What you're part of as water. Stay with your experience, whatever it is. And whatever your experience is, let the body handle it. Give it to the body. Whatever shapes, movements still coming, let them come. Light, free, alive, every cell. Knowing as water. Every cell vibrating with water, carrying information. From billions of years. Circulating through life on this earth. And even further back than that. all this water that you are, that's been part of evolution on Earth and still is right now through you. How can you say yes to this moment? How can you give thanks to this moment, for this moment, as water, every cell? Yes, I'm here. Yes, I give thanks. Yes, I am part of evolving life on Earth through water, as water, within water. In whatever way is true for you. Maybe you become completely still. Maybe you fall to the floor. Maybe there are movements still to come. Whatever's true for you. Listen to that sense in your body as water. Breath by breath. So the whole journey we've been on settles through your whole being. breath by breath.
Agüita, bendita, que limpa, purifica. Agüita, antiga, cristalina, armoniza. Agüita, Yakumama,
Finding your way to a still point. Resting. Resting once more as the water of your own body.
Inviting you from this still point of evolution. Take up your sacred bowl or cup of water. Cherish this water of which you have danced to, which you have moved to, of which you have honored, and take a sip. Notice how it feels as water, sacred water, touches the cells of your being. As its wisdom becomes your wisdom. Let us connect once again to our breath as we become aware of the fluidity of our beingness, as we realize ourselves as water. Let us connect to the wisdom of water as it flows through our veins, from our hearts that are still pumping from our movement and flow. Let us attune now to the cyclical, spiral wisdom of water, the transformative wisdom that has traveled through river, ice, and ocean, the water wisdom that has been drunk of by ant, tree, and human. Let us drink deeply now, acknowledging in gratitude this water that infuses us as we remember the purity of the source of all water. Let us feel now our own innate wisdom merging with water as the source of life, knowing that it will flow outwards from us into the spiral cycle of water wisdom on earth. And as water, we invite you now to speak, sing, or move your own blessing, to embody your sacred prayers for the water that you are and always have been. In your own way, and perhaps through even just a single word or gesture. Speak now, bless now as water. For water sees, water feels, water knows, and water speaks. To all those with the hearts to listen, water is life dancing potential into being. Life is water wisdom, eternally emerging and spiraling. We thank you for moving and spiraling with us in this sacred ceremony of the evolutionary impulse as water. And we invite you to share your blessings for and with water with us. And Priya will put some links in our chat for you to do so. And may we all share our blessings as sacred reflections of love on the surface of a pristine pool of consciousness in evolution. With heartfelt thanks, we flow with you.
Thank you, Genevieve, Jen. Thank you, Adam. This beautiful experience, and for World Unity Week for inviting us into this space with each other, where we are really in this 8-day online and on-life landscape, joining heads, hearts, and hands with beings from across the world and experiencing unity and the evolutionary impulse of our planet on deeper levels and layers. And with the whole world view quest, where we first started with choosing our journey of unity, and yesterday and today connecting to the impulse of evolution so beautifully. Thank you so much. We will move into the phase of co-creating a whole new world tomorrow and the coming days. This embodiment process is a dance, and one that is joyful and full of mystery. And Kara, thank you for capturing that, what we did today, as a token and as a reminder of this experience that we have, and which we can always go back to every moment, again and again, because as Adam shared, the water is in us, as us, with us. And co-creation becomes our quest, and no one of us knows all the answers. These emerge as we join our heads, hearts, and hands together, playing with potential and stepping into our unique evolutionary purpose, of which this practice today is a way to embody that. Together, we create a whole new world. So tomorrow, we offer you a session around embodying complexity with Kate Genevieve, Jackie Toms, and Ida Kukovic-Borovnik. I hope I pronounced your name right. You are warmly invited to an exploration of the changes we are living through a simple process of conversation and listening called a warm data. Developed by Nora Bateson, the Warm Data Labs. These conversations, we learn together what brings us vitality and to explore what is essential now, with a question of reflection that we're going into: what is essential in your journey right now? And on Friday, we will go into co-creating unity and diversity. So we invite you to join us. There is also in the chat the links to where you can come back to today and the other days of journeying, and where we're going to towards after. Also to the Ubiverse and to our website. And for now, thank you so much for joining us from the whole World-View team and the World Unity team, and a special thank you once more for Adam and Jen and for the team behind that is making this possible. And we are stopping here, but on the main stage at 9 a.m. EDT, there will be a next water experience, the sunset water blessing on the Ganges with Parma Niketan. So please feel free to join. And for those that are looking at the recordings, there are places to look at what has been going on in World Unity Week, and see you there or any other place somewhere in the Zoom universe. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Maybe we can all unmute, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Jen.
I think Carol raised her hand with a question.
Oh, sorry.